Hey, what's going on with it? Where Stone Crafters? Hey, listen. First of all, let me say this. I apologize for being taking a little short hiatus, man. There's been a lot going on. It's been a whole bunch of little fake shit in the AO. Feel me? A lot of motherfuckers be lying on my name, and I don't take lightly to lying. Period. You feel me? So yeah, I had to remove myself from situations around. You feel me? But let me get into what I want to get into. Uh, I posted some on my little social media a couple days back about some shit I believe with all this fake shit and all this stupid ass fuck shit going on in the world nowadays. And I gave my little short little summary of it. Some people asked me questions about it, so I figured approach it all in one little chapter, so I ain't have to keep on going. But I figured I'll post it here too, especially so if I know this reaches a lot, excuse me, a lot more people, and not everybody has to be subscribed, which they should, because if you're a stone crafter, then yeah, or a stone keeper, then yes, you should. Uh, you feel me? I know I could reach a bigger audience on here without people being subscribed or having to follow. People can share and share and share and do things of that nature. So it can reach a lot more people. Uh, so I wanted to share that here and give everybody a little bit more insight as far as what I feel like shit is going on. Now, I I seek to be a student, and in the same regard, I feel the best student could also be the best teacher. With that being said, I'm gonna read something from this book, which is what made me post my shit on the little my little story, whatever. You feel me? And I'm finna expand or expound on that a little bit further. Just a little bit. I'm trying to keep this video short as I can. The last one I tried to upload was fucked up, so it was my second, third time doing this shit. So excuse me. I'm trying to keep it short as I can and simple as I can. Keep it simple. Uh, so I'm gonna read the book, but like I said, I'm gonna show you the door. I'm not finna tell you. You got to be the one that walks through it. So I'm not gonna tell you what the book is called, but I'm gonna show you where it's at. Well, I'll give you the information, and if you feel so inclined to fucking invest in yourself, which I think you should, especially with this book, then by all means. Now, this is the first chapter in this book, and I'm gonna paraphrase most of it so we can get through this. The first chapter of this book, there's a topic in here, and it's called the artificial womb, right? Like I said, I'm paraphrase to condense this. It says, from the time a person leaves its mother's womb, its every effort is directed towards building, maintaining, and withdrawing into artificial wombs, or various sorts of substitute protective devices and/or shells. This is equally true of both the general public and the elite. However, there is a definite difference in the way each of these classes go about the solution of the problems. The people in the world is in the state we're in now. You feel me? Simply because when the quote powers that be and or the quote elite have a plan of attack, they execute that plan. They don't sit back and wait. They don't care what the fuck happens and or throws them off, whether it be minor or whatever. They attack that fucking plan. The disconnect and the fucking reason we in the state we in now, like I said, is because the masses have a plan or want to have a plan but don't want to do shit. Notice how there's gonna be a pattern. So that's paraphrasing the first little topic, artificial womb. Now let me read the second one. There's only three of them I gotta read. Like I said, I'm gonna paraphrase and condense, so bear with me now. The second one is called, the topic is called the political structure of a nation dependency, right? The primary reason why the individual citizens of a country, you can look up the word citizen and country, look up the etymology of those words, and look up the legal definition of those words, and they don't mean the same context as we use them on a consistent or day-to-day basis, right? The primary reason why the individual citizens of a country create a political structure is a subconscious wish or desire to perpetuate their own dependency relationship of childhood. Simply put, they want a human guide. Excuse me. Highlight this part right here. Excuse me, I can't breathe, man. It's stuffy as hell. I'm about to cut that stupid ass fan off. Matter of fact, hold up. Alright. That fan probably blowing that. Damn dust bunnies everywhere. Anywho, highlight this. Bookmark this in your head now. Simply put, they want a human guide, and notice the pattern. Simply put, they want a human guide to eliminate all risk from their life. Pat them on the head, kiss their bruises, put a chicken on every dinner table, clothe their bodies, tuck them into bed at night, and tell them that everything will be all right when they wake up. Oh, excuse me. This one's kind of short, so there's one little last little half paragraph left, and I'm gonna read that. Excuse me. Yeah, one little, maybe a paragraph left, but it's short. And then the one after this, third one, the last one, is a paragraph. So just bear with me now. The public demand is incredible. So the human guide, the politician, meets incredibility with incredibility by promising the world and delivering nothing. So who is the bigger liar, the public or the quote Godfather? Now here's the last one I'm gonna read. This topic. Now if you read this entire chapter, the first chapter, he'll tell you, the author will tell you exactly why he put this chapter first and why he feels it was, so critical to do that. Here's the last topic. Not in the entire chapter, but here's the last topic before they summarize that whole topic and go into some more shit. This topic is entitled Responsibility. Again, most people want to be free to do things, to explore, etc., but they're afraid to fail. The fear of failure is manifested in irresponsibility, and especially in delegating those personal responsibilities to others where success is uncertain or carries possible or created liabilities, quote law, which the person is not prepared to accept. They want authority, not root word being author, but they will not accept responsibility or liability, so they hire politicians to face reality for them. Now, like I said, notice the patterns. They will hire. Now, let me say this real quick. I don't agree with every little word or all the terminology in this book. One, he's a religious man, but I know his intent is genuine and it comes from a sincere stance. Just because I don't agree with the terminology he uses doesn't take away from the fact that this shit is still relevant. This shit that he's talking about still goes on day to fucking day. You feel me? So, and that's the problem. Now, now I'm explaining the disconnect here in a second, the entirety. But here's the pattern. Witness and take note of the pattern now. They will hire politicians to face reality for them. Okay, this is the shit I said highlight, right? With oh, notice the pattern now. Simply put, they want a human guide to eliminate all risk from their life. Now, take note of that. Now, read this last little part. They want authority, but they will not accept responsibility or liability. So they hire politicians to face reality for them. Okay, now dig it. First of all, the concept of God is Greek. That's where it began. Prior to that, you had pharaohs, you had gods, but they were worshipped or practiced, or they was recognized by their names as a supreme deity, or the essence of, or they were preached or spoken about or expounded upon by their properties, what they gave you. There's a description of such. They weren't deemed as gods themselves. Like I said, that concept came when Greek came. Short little history, but that just throwing in a little bit of information, right? They want a human God. Now, when you go to religion, which is where the concept of God comes from. When you go to religion teaches you to push, not to push, but religion teaches you to look for all your answers and to seek everything that you need or you want or you pray for, you hope for, you wish for, you beg for, you plead for, or whatever. Everything is external. Turn the other cheek. Wait for, quote, Jesus to come back. Or you should do this and you'll get it in 7 days. Or you should do this and you'll get it in 50 years. Or you have to die to find out all the answers. Or you have nothing is evident in the near future, if you would believe in that near in a time. Neither here nor there. But I call it that simply. You feel me? They said verbatim, they want a human guide. Now let me tell you the reason. If you look at, say you go to the arcade, for instance, right? And you need, say you go to an arcade, for instance. I apologize, my brother just texted me. Say you go to an arcade for an instance, right? And to play this game, you need 4 quarters. You exchange $1 for the 4 quarters. You know how fast that happens? Just as fast. When you put when you try to let me just break down like this here. The human God quote in that essence in itself, you feel me? It happens because it happens like that when you need it. That creates convenience in capitalism. We'll talk about that later. And I'm expanding on that in a second. But when you ask for God and or blind faith or religious context, you feel me? Everything is on quote God's time. It's never maybe when you need it. Oh, I'm getting beat up, God help. It's never right when you need it. It's always on quote God's time. Even when you pay the churches and the pastor gets all the money, and we can go in depth in that, but I'm not gonna get into that. I don't fuck with religion at all. Now here's the shit I want to say. Here's the big key. 3 things, not in any particular order, because never one of them is more important than the next. But there's 3 things that create the disconnect from us, the people, and quote the powers that be, right? Convenience, capitalism, and comfort. Now there's the pattern. There's the pattern. There's the link, and that's the keys, right? They want everything done when they want it, as fast as they want it. You feel me? Maybe for $1, right? Because capitalism is big as far as business aspect goes, and that's where that's another story. But I say capitalism as far as big business. So as far as the people, it's just convenience and comfort. But as far as an entirety, including the business, then it's convenience, capitalism, and comfort. Because motherfuckers want to know how fast they can do it, or how can they make $1? How fast can they get $1, right? And if it's tried and proved before, I don't want to fail, so I'm outsource and get it to what I can. Or if I look at it on a small scale, as we as a people, in the form of comfort, we want to live our lives exactly like the book said. We want to live our lives, but without the complete and entirety of responsibility and or accountability, which is why you quote hire politicians. You feel me? Like I said, I don't believe in that terminology because the vote and all that shit. Government means, it comes from a Latin word, or Latin, and it means mind control. So anything in the government facet is not for nobody. So I don't believe you can vote for a fucking politician or elect a politician. That shit's been scripted for ever since the beginning of the beginning. You feel me? I'm not finna get into all that. So I don't care about all that. That's the fuck shit that led us to where we at now. Now, like I said, the problem is motherfuckers will come to blows, literally come to blows over my God is my God and your God is bullshit. Your God is the devil, or your God says this and that's wrong because my God says this. Motherfuckers will come to blows, and motherfuckers have gone to blows. Motherfuckers have killed for that. Motherfuckers will riot and go to fucking blows because the Duke Blue Devils are better than the Tar Heels, or the Tar Heels are better than the Duke Blue Devils. Motherfuckers will go to town and burn shit up or blow shit up or throw some shit or break some shit because the Patriots just can't seem, to win and or lose every fucking Super Bowl they go to, every fucking season they go to. You feel me? Motherfuckers will really go to town over this. Or they would really lose their mind over fucking, Gucci Mane is better than fucking Lil Wayne, or vice versa. They will really go to town and lose their fucking mind, sometimes even come to blows over this. You feel me? So what they're doing on the grand scale is they are admitting this fucking system. The system is being perpetuated. Entertainment, media, which is the goddess of illusion, religion, entertainment, music, you feel me? All of these things are created to keep you docile. You feel me? Now, we may not look at it like that in the instance, you feel me, that we're doing, say we're watching a sports game or something. We may not look at it like that, but this is the lifestyle that they have created, and we have come to accept because we didn't have no say so, or we didn't have no choosing, or we just did not care, or we just did not care, or we just not were made fucking aware of it. You feel me? This is the problem. Sorry, I can't breathe. And that therein lies the problem. You feel me? So when you watching sports games, the lifestyle that they have created, 9 to 5, you go to work, you take your children to school, you drop them off at daycare, so you don't spend time with your children. You feel me? You don't have no interaction with the kids. When you get home, you want to shit, sleep, eat, shower, shave, and go the fuck home and then repeat that cycle. And on the weekend you get too fucked up to remember or to do anything for you. You feel me? That systemic fucking oppression for everybody, that is the problem. Like I said, and the system is perpetuated. Everything. Here's the problem. Let me say it like this. I'm gonna end it here shortly. Here's the problem. Motherfuckers want to live their lives, but not be responsible for the actions, the thoughts, or the words that come with it. Which is where you get religion, which is where you get the education system and or the legal system and or the financial system, which is where you get all these systems to take away from the fact that that people will not take accountability for their own action, thoughts, or words, or be responsible for what those actions, thoughts, or words can create. You feel me? That's why you have teachers who teach. That's why you have police who police. That's why you have this government or this mind controlling fucking agency to live your life for you, because you cannot, not you feel me, we as in general, motherfuckers cannot motherfuckers cannot, and they will not, and they won't, they don't want to, because of those what? Those three keys we talked about earlier: convenience, capitalism, and comfort. Because it is completely unfucking comfortable for you to admit the truth, one, first and foremost, to your damn self, and then carry that and approach your life from the attitude from there on out. Everybody wants to be lazy. That was also in the book too. I didn't say that part. But motherfuckers is lazy. You can live your life, but motherfuckers do not choose to take accountability for their life. You feel me? So that's when they want that human guide or quote that politician. Motherfuckers to live it for them. Motherfuckers to create laws that they don't really want. Motherfuckers to create laws to pay taxes, which taxes is illegal because you cannot charge a human being. First and foremost, there is no law that says anybody has to pay taxes. But nobody knows that. Nobody cares to look that type of shit up because motherfuckers don't want to think. Which is exactly what the book was talking about. Which is exactly what the fucking disconnect is. It's not comfortable. It's not comforting for people. You feel me? It's not convenient for you to hear a story and then look at the other side of that coin. There's a running joke and or a cliche to this day that there's two sides to every story. When the news or the fucking media, which is the goddess of illusion, when motherfucking TV, the brainwashing system that they use to perpetuate all of this bullshit, tells you that XYZ is going on, motherfuckers do not think for themselves about the other side of that story, whether it's true or false or quote right, I don't believe in right or wrong, or whether that story is right or wrong. Motherfuckers do not think for themselves enough to be like, hey, that's bullshit, or hey, I go outside all the time, I don't see all this fucking drama or all this bullshit, all these fights and breaking out, all these riots and shit that they talking about. Motherfuckers do not think. But I think I carried on long enough. I apologize for this long video. I think I kept this a little bit longer than what I needed, or excuse me, what I wanted to, only because I've been away for a while. And the last video I did, I kind of fucked up. Like, it wouldn't work as far as uploading. So I wanted to cover all facets that I didn't in that one, and then at the same time bring something new to keep this video kind of new and fresh. The word insight, the prefix to the word insight is the two letters, or the word in, which means internal or innate, right? Sight has to deal with your eye. Maybe it can refer to your pineal gland. So I hope that you I hope that you can take something from this video and maybe learn something about yourself as I presented it more, and I learned more about myself in that regard, right? I hope that y'all can share this if y'all like this. If y'all don't, let me know. Let's keep the channel moving, because this is all my channel is about. We're gonna keep the shit real. We're gonna talk about whatever hits the fan. We're gonna talk about anything on your mind, whether it be late night or early day discussions. You feel me? Hit me, let me know. And yeah, we'll go from there. But crafters and stone keepers, man, y'all keep doing what you're doing.